So many people wonder, what is the future of the world? And there are different ways of looking at it. Personally, I'm a Jew, I'm a believer in Judaism, and I believe that the world is going to have very soon actually an amazing messianic miracle. It's going to be good for everyone. All the good Jews and Gentiles will be resurrected, and everybody will see clearly that the God of the Jews is true, the Holy Temple, as the prophecy says, Shekri Chilam Aviseim, nations that have even religions that spawn from Judaism will realize that they weren't really correct, but obviously the truth was as God told the Jewish people. But even if you're looking at it from not a religious perspective, just from a, if you want to call it pragmatic approach, so there are three things that are really going on in this world. Now, the first thing is that we're in a world that you have mainly Iran, which is a radical clerical regime. And when we say radical, we often think, oh, well, they're crazy. No, they're not crazy. They have a religion that is crazy. Their belief is there are obviously 1.4 billion Muslims, 200 million Shiites, and they see themselves as leader of the Shiites. They believe, as one Iranian, I was wondering why do they want nuclear weapons? They don't. So he said, oh, it's simple. Remember, the Iranians themselves are really against the government that oppresses them, is that they believe that when the world will be filled with blood up to horse's knee, say that again, remember that when the world will be filled with blood up to horse's knee, the Messiah will come. So they're literally getting all these weapons together to blow up you. And so it's very important to understand that, because if you do understand that, you understand that from a pragmatic approach, this will happen. It's not going to happen, it's going to happen. And the reason it's going to happen is that what the Iranians have really done is that they have blackmailed Israel as well as America. And I'm not sure exactly what all the blackmail is, but I mean, obviously they're controlling Hezbollah, for example, with 100,000 rockets, and they're basically saying, if you attack us, we're going to unleash this. So the bottom line is that the West has a tendency not to hit until it's hit, and it doesn't want to deal with problems. And so when you don't want to deal with problems, the problems come to you, they find you. And so from a very pragmatic approach, that's what's going to happen. And the other tendencies, I like to finish with something positive, which is, it's ironically, even from, if you want to call it a mystical, pragmatic way, is that when you understand that there is no hope for this world to survive except for a miracle through God. And that's when you actually put your faith in God. And when you put your faith in God, then God reacts. So what we really need to do is imagine before the Holocaust, and if a rabbi was saying to you, listen, this is going to happen, and you understand, wow, this is real. So what's the mission now? Well, thank God you've put your hope in God, so that's going to turn it around. And the other thing is, as we know, it says charity saves from death, and charity brings the redemption. We have to become non-profits, stop seeking consumerism, and start seeking, think of yourself as a non-profit organization. The day I said to myself, I am the center for truth and love. So decide what you are the center of and make that your life's mission. Whatever it is, call yourself the center of this thing and do it, because that's actually what matters, and what we do below affects above, and what affects above affects below. And last but not least, love more, because the more you love, the more you spread the force of love. The world is not a static place. Everything influences everything. The entire ocean, every single temperature of every single, let's call it fissure, everything is in one big mix. So the more we spread the energy of love and not fear. You got to get off the media. You can't get into their, what Hamas and these terrorists want is to traumatize people. Terrorism actually comes from the word to terrorize, to create terror. You have to get away from all of that and into, wow, if I spread love, then the world will have more love. It affects the whole cosmic reality, which quantum science proves, and then the world will be a great place. So it's up to us in a way. And to summarize, from a mystical perspective, I believe Mashiach will come soon. It's going to be amazing, beyond our wildest imaginations. From a pragmatic perspective, Einstein said, I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but World War IV was sticks and stones. He was very concerned, and anybody, if you could look at the atomic bulletin of these brilliant people that made the atom bomb and continue to be involved in it, we're like 2 minutes from detonation. And effectively, that turns our hearts to understand that there is only one hope, which is God. And practically, we can, like we said, be a non-profit organization. We can love more unconditionally, and this will shift the energy around. Thanks so much. The world depends on you right now.